It's okay. Okay, very good morning. Okay, so I'll be teaching on EMJ36404 electrical machines and power system. So I will start with the course introduction. Okay, some information for you to understand how we're going to execute the course. Okay, so for the course introduction, so I have four outlines here. Okay, so I have some synopsis on what we're going to study throughout the semester and the timetables and also person in charge. And number three is course outcomes and assessments related to this subject and also the teaching plan. Okay, so the teaching plan, so I will go through later. Okay, so for the synopsis, okay, what you can expect from this course. So this course is intended to introduce to the mechatronics students both theories and applications of fundamentals, operating principle, and performance analysis of electromechanical device. Okay, so why electromechanical related to mechatronics? Because mechatronics is actually electromechanical. Okay, so another name for mechatronic is electromechanical. So we can see in mechatronics is a blend of electrical, electronics, and also mechanical. So you cannot like without studying this subject because you need to understand the drives involved with electromechanical. Okay, you need to understand the fundamentals. You need to understand how it operates, and you need to do the performance analysis. So meaning the calculations. Okay, and most of these electromechanical drives it consists of direct current and also alternating current machines. So we know in our daily life, some we are using direct current, some equipment that is operated by batteries, and we have alternating current which is connected to the electrical power. Okay, electrical power we know is a sinusoidal wave, and it's related to the cycles of electrical signals. Okay, so that is on the AC, and we also will study on the stepper motor. Okay, for precise controlling. Okay, we as a mechatronic engineers we cannot escape ourselves from motors. Motors are everywhere. Even in a car, we can see so many motors. So so the stepper motors will be there. Will be there. So we will be studying on stepper motors, and the second is on the three-phase circuit. Three-phase circuits. We have a single-phase circuit, and we also have a three-phase circuit. So we'll see what is actually three-phase circuit about. And industrial motor control. Okay, how we can control the industrial motor. And the third part, we will introduce to high voltage power system. So this is an important topic for this part because ours is not only covering electrical machine, we also covering the power system. Power system, how the electrical power is generated, how it is transferred, how it is distributed, how it is utilized. So everything we will be studying under this power system, and now we want to manage the electrical system. So how our TNB is managing. So see, we will see how the thing work, and when we are dealing with electricals, high power system is not something that we can get from our electrical socket, which is 240 volt. We are talking about kilovolts or megavolts. So when it is related to high voltage, safety is a very big concern. It's a very big thing, and you need to be equipped. You need to understand what are the safeties related to high voltage power system, and how we can utilize it. So because there now we have this term called sustainability. Sustainability meaning how you can do something for long term without damaging a lot of things, environment, so without damaging the health, the future generation. So how we want to utilize it in order to cultivate this sustainability. So that is what briefly in synopsis we can summarize this course. So we will be studying this course for 14 weeks. So I think last week we didn't study, so we have 13 weeks to cover for these chapters. Okay, sorry. For timetable, okay, so I think we had some discussion last week in the group. So we can see the timetables are cramped up because now we have a diploma student, we have a degree student, we have engineering, technology degree students, all in this blue building and also pink building. So we need to utilize the time. Okay, the time. So for our subject, I think it is finalized. So the lectures will be on Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., 2 hours. So this will be covering for the first three groups. Uh, and Thursday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. for another two groups. Uh, so we total we have five groups, and that will be studying the subject. So I will be doing the same class. Okay, what we will be looking at on the Wednesday morning, I will be repeating it on Thursday evening also. Okay, so if you miss this class, so you can still join the Thursday class. So that's for the synchronous class. And on Friday, we are assigned for asynchronous class or synchronous class. So it will be even the faculty encourages to do online. So it will be 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. So for 2 hours, it will be covering all the groups. Okay, so doesn't matter you attending Wednesday or Thursday class, you need to attend Friday class if we have. So in our group, I think my previous students they know. Every week I will give the particular week schedule. Okay, usually on Monday I will give. Monday or Sunday I will give. So you just follow the time accordingly. Uh, so like today we supposed to start at 9:15 we started. So I will mention before the class if there's a delay. So you need to like pay attention. Okay, we will be using the same link throughout my part. So my part I will be covering on the first half, first 7 weeks. So I will be covering around 5 chapters actually. So I will be covering. So it will be combination of uh, synchronous class like now, where I'm talking to you directly, or it will be a recording that you need to listen in at puzzle, then you need to complete it to get your attendance. So it will be on the lectures, and for labs, so you can follow this. Okay, so we have on Mondays we have two slots, Tuesdays we have one slot, and also Wednesday one slot. So you just need to follow according to your group, according to your group. So if let's say for that week you couldn't attend some, please let me know so that you can attend the other sessions. So it will be the same content for the particular week. Okay, so you can, as long as you attend and you complete whatever is given, it's supposed to be okay. Okay, so that's on the timetable. Okay, so the lecturers for this course, so will be me. So I will be the course coordinator for the subject. Okay, so my room is number 72 along the corridor of electronic access lab. Okay, basic electronics lab. So you can see number 72. My name will be written. Okay, so if you want to meet me, it's based on appointment, say 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please WhatsApp me to book appointment first. Don't just straight away come because at times I won't be around, and now I'm holding a exco position in the faculty. So at times I will be having meeting inside or outside, or I will be going for industrial visit. So please message me first, and please stick to this time. So don't message me late at night, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and expect me to answer. So it's supposed to be a family time. I think you all also need to be resting. Okay, so please abide to this time. Okay, so that's for the first lecture. The second lecturer will be Professor IRTS Dr. Wan Khairul Nizam. So you've been teaching the subject for some time. Okay, his room is number 82, same wing, okay, behind the MSD lab. Okay, and please follow the same timing also for him. Uh, or you can put it in the group if it's a general question, so that during the available time, so we can answer. Okay, so apart from these two lecturers, so we also will have another miss that will be helping us with the lab execution, Miss Aimi. Sorry, Mrs. Aimi. So she's actually doing a PhD in USM. So she will be coming to assist us with the lab execution. So for the subject, we will have 4 labs. All the 4 labs, she will be helping us to conduct. So we will be there. So myself or Prof. One will be there, yeah, whenever needed. Okay, for the subject, we have 3 CO. CO is course outcome. So course outcome on 1, course outcome 2, and course outcome 3. Okay, for course outcome 1, so we will test you on the ability to analyze concept and operating principle of particular electrical machine and power system. Okay, so it's covering C4. So total we have until C6. See, this is complexity. So out of 6, this is 4 for CO1, and for CO2, it covering C6, where most of our difficult questions will be coming from CO2. So which is ability to investigate and solve the problem integration of electrical machine and power system. Meaning we will give you a situation, so you need to come up with a solution uh, to settle. If first you need to investigate, then you need to do analysis, then you come with a solution to solve whatever problem given. So that's why we are given C6, and C3, CO3, so ability to analyze and interpret data related to characteristic of electrical machine. So it's covering C5. So you can see, based on the complexity level, the subject is art. So the subject is heavy. I won't say art, it's heavy. So provided you follow whatever we are teaching. So whatever we are teaching, so I think my previous students, you all know. So my part, but just for this time, we will be having 2 lecturers. Maybe the teaching methods will be a bit different, so it won't be the same. But as long as you follow to the tutorials given, so the assignments given, so pay attention, do your best, try to score as much as possible in the coursework, then the finals, and then I'm sure you can score the subject. Okay, so I'm telling from beginning, so the complexity will be a bit hard for you to imagine, for you to. So whatever exercise, even today I will be giving some exercise. Please make sure you go and do. Try to find the similar. We have a lot of tools now. We are not really relying on textbook anymore. So we are relying on a lot of things. So even the chat GPT, everything you can utilize. Okay, so you as a student, when you are presented with a lot of tools, so make sure you utilize it to enhance your knowledge. Because I see some students, they just put the question in chat GPT, just copy and paste without knowing whatever you are copying. So I think that's not the right way of learning. Okay, so you need to learn, because this is something very practical oriented subject, which you need to understand based on experience. So try to enhance your knowledge, try to experience things, and try to relate with real life, a real life situation, for you to get a better understanding. Okay, so that's on this course outcome. Okay, so at the end of the semester, we will test whether you have achieved all this or not. Okay, okay. For the assessment, the examination portion is 60%. Okay, as we all know, for whatever mechatronics degree subject, if you fail final, even though you pass the continuous assessment, you're considered fail. So final exam is very important. So try to focus from now. Okay, I know you will have a lot of subject, and you already enter. Some of you already entered third year, some in second year, some in final year. So I'm sure you have many 4 credit hour subject or 3 credit hour subject. But try to focus on scoring the final exam and this continuous assessment. We have assignment one, assignment two, okay, 7 marks. Okay, then we have a quiz, only one quiz, 3 marks. So midterm test, 10 marks. So lab 1 to 3 is 10 marks, and lab 4 open ended. So you'll be doing in a group, it will be 10 marks. So open ended meaning you need to come up with your own experiment and also own solution. So that's why the marks are high, but we will assign you in a group. Okay, so we will evaluate, even though we will evaluate individually, but you will do the reports in group. Okay, so please work on this. Okay, continuous assessment is 40 marks. Okay, so the remaining portion, 60 marks from the final. Okay, so what are the topic covered? Okay, fundamentals review of electricity, magnetism, and mechanics. So electricity are generated using many methods. Okay, so magnetism is one of it. Uh, like here, when you charge the magnet, so it will create electricity. Okay, and we have a mechanics and fundamentals review of mechanics, heat and machine loss. Okay, so when the machine is moving, so there can be some losses due to heat and also wear and tear. Frictions. So it can generate some losses in the system. Then we have a DC machines, tachomotor, three-phase circuits, transformers, induction machine, so generation of electrical energy, transmission of electrical energy, and distribution of electrical energy, and also utilization. So these some of the topics covered in these chapters. Okay. So any questions so far? Okay, for the first part, before I move to the teaching plan, any question, students? So 99 of you, I think minus me. Okay, any question?
No, sir.
It's okay. Please hold on. So I will present the teaching plan. Okay, so I think a bit small. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so I think it's clear. Okay, so this is the teaching plan for this subject. So it's a 4 credit hour subject. So meaning you need to score it. If not, it will affect your pointer. So please put some effort. Okay, for studying. Okay, so nothing much on this. I think I already explained all this. Okay, so these are some of the experiments. Okay, so the experiments, it might not be the same. So we will have some differences in the experiment, but roughly these are the topics that we will be covering. And the last lab, as I say, so experiment of electrical power management and renewable energy. So it will be an open-ended lab. Okay. So these are some of the textbooks, okay, related to subject. So if you can buy this or you can get e-books related to this, then it will be good. Especially the first one, Theodore Wilde. Okay, maybe you can get the latest version. So this is 2016 version. So maybe now already I have seventh edition or eighth edition. Okay, and we will be covering some. Okay, so later I will share this teaching plan and also the course introduction slide for you to refer to. This is just is not the exact planning, but we will have all these components covered throughout the studies. Okay, so maybe it will be not on the same week like I mentioned here. So now we're supposed to be in week two, but we haven't covered this part. So I need to cover first. So there will be some flexibility in the schedule. Okay, but year week seven, we estimate to have our test. Okay, because most of the subjects will be after the midterm break. So I will try to do before. But we see how thing goes. So if okay, then we can do before the midterm break. If not, we will do after. Okay. Okay, so you can see here the distribution of marks. So test 10 marks. So I think it's all are repetitive. So I think I already covered all. Okay, so I think that's all for teaching plan. Later I will share. So if you have any question, you can ask in the group. Okay, so any question on the teaching plan? No?
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, so if no question, so I think we will take 5 minutes break before we start chapter one. So we can take a 5 minutes. We will start at 9:45. Thank you.